In this particular program, I am going to show you how we can write our own code to concatenate two strings. Concatenate means join two strings. For example, if the string is Bhimtal and cool place, the output is going to be Bhimtal space cool space place. So in order to concatenate two strings, you need to first understand the logic how we are going to do it. Because once you understand the logic, writing the code is really simple. So let's take an example. I have one string called as BHIM. Don't look at this. This is different from this. So what I am doing is starting from the value of j equal to 0, I am going to keep on moving in this particular string by increasing the value of j till j hits the null character. When j hits the null character, I am going to record the value of j. So j is 4 in this case. So this is my string number 1. To beam, I want to copy TAL at the end. So now what I will do is, starting from the fourth location, I will copy the zeroth location of string 2. So when j is 4, I is going to be 0. I am increasing j to 5, I is also being increased by 1. So a is being copied from this particular fellow to here. Then I becomes 2, L is being copied from here till here. And finally when j becomes 6 or I becomes 3, this is not 4, I should become 3. When I becomes 3, you will hit the null character. That's when you should stop copying. And after you have done the copying, at the end of this, the seventh position in j, you should be able to add, or you must add, the null character. Then only the concatenation is complete. So let's try to go about taking a look at this particular piece of code. I have given name one max as Bhimtal with a space. So don't forget the space, because space is also a character in C. Name two max cool space place without any space. So I have written my own function called as join. I am passing name 1 and name 2. Since name 1 and name 2 are array of characters, their addresses are going to be passed. That's why you see them as char stars here, indicating that the array of the address is being passed. Because in C by default, the addresses of array are passed. Then what I am going to do here is I am going to say void join. Let us try to write the code for void join. And let me take this as str1, or I can give this as result, and this I can, sorry, it should not be result star, it should be star res, and this I can say star inp. Okay, so I am going to copy from the input to result. So in order to do it the way I explained to you, I would first need to declare two variables, int I and j. Let us say I is equal to 0, and let's say int j is also equal to 0. Then what I am first required to do is, while I need to go to the end of the first string from where I can end up trying to copy. So I am going to say while j is not equal to null, okay, I am going to increase the value of j like this. So j will keep on increasing. The minute, so initially j is 0, it will keep moving. The minute it encounters this null, I will come out of this particular loop. At that position, what I can do is I can use the next while statement to copy from the input of I. So as long as input of I is not equal to null, I am going to copy character by character into this fellow result. Result of j is equal to input of I. Okay, because suppose j was 4 here, from the fourth position the zeroth character of I will be assigned. Since I have assigned the zeroth character, I need to now increase the value of I and j by 1, so that I goes to the next position and j goes to the next position, so that the next characters can be copied properly into the original array, that is res. Now it is important that when I am done with everything, I should give the null character, because in C when I am manipulating a string character by character, I am required to append a null at the very end. So here if you see, what I am doing here is, let us take this particular example of ours. Okay, this beam example. J is 0. So as long as j is 0, 1, 2, 3, we are fine. The minute j becomes 4, we hit the null character. Okay, so at this point j has become 4, because at the null character j has become 4. Then what I am doing is, I is 0, so I is referring to t. So t is not equal to null. Now j is 4. In the fourth position here, t is copied. Okay, I is 0, j is 4. Then I need to increase the value of j by 1. It comes to here 5, and I comes to 1. Sorry, I comes to 1 here, which is a. So I am going to copy in the fifth position the value of a from this particular input of I. This particular process will keep on repeating. Finally, when I becomes 3, it will hit the null key. Because it has hit the null key, I have not added null to this particular fellow yet. By then j will have ended up becoming 7. Okay, j will have ended up becoming 7, because this is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seventh position is empty, so j is also 7. So if I make j is equal to null, that means I have completed my job of concatenating the string, and it should really be able to concatenate and print the result. But just to be sure, as usual, we are going to use the online GDB compiler to run this particular piece of code. That's when we'll really know whether our coding was correct or wrong. Okay, so it's done it correctly. It's done it. Bhimtal, cool place. So what I explained made sense, and the way I typed it also really worked. So what I would recommend for you is, please go take a look at this code in the video description. Try to run line by line. Draw a table of how an array of characters is copied character by character from one array to the other using the values of I and j as I have shown you here. If you are able to draw a table, you'll be able to easily understand the logic. As in anything in programming, it requires a bit, or in fact a lot of practice to master anything. So please take up number of programs and try to do on your own, because when you do on your own, you may encounter problems which you have really not thought of.